And I now ask Richard Flowers to move Amendment 2. Richard.
Conference. Who are the real victims here? Spoilers, it is the migrants, the victims of racism, of anti-Semitism, of Islamophobia. And we need to be able to say so. It's funny, when I quote Vince Cable saying, "Bigots not welcome," it's surprising how many people jump up to say, "How dare you call me a bigot?" 30 years ago, only the BNP were using the line about foreigners coming over here taking our jobs. But they kept using it. And right-wing comedians started using it, and right-wing papers, and Tory MPs, and UKIP, of course. We're not allowed to talk about immigration, said the man who never talked about anything else. And this year, the leader of the Labour Party was using that line. It's called moving the Overton window. Like Ed, I'll take the applause when it comes. Making the unsayable sayable, making extreme positions seem moderate. Of course, no one could question the blessed Jeremy, but that doesn't mean it's true. It is not true. It is a lie created by racists, and we need to be able to say so. Our country today is deeply divided. London centrism, the crash under the last Labour government, austerity under the coalition, and now the Tories. There's been a lot of pain for a lot of people for a long time, and many, egged on by populist politicians, you know who I mean, are looking for someone to blame. The elite, the EU, the bankers, which we know is used by some as code for Jews, and just foreigners. When they do that, it's racist, and we need to be able to say so. Yes, we need to change people's lives for the better, and we will, with policies which actually work. But part and parcel of that is taking on and defeating the false and, yes, racist narratives, which say there is a fix for all this, and it's a simple one. Conference, there are many good things in this paper. Many of the great and good have written about them and spoken to tell us about them, and they're right. And the working group did talk to Lib Dem immigrants, and we're grateful for the constructive response to some of our suggestions. This is a step away from our last compromised coalition-era policy. But stepping back to 2012 is still less liberal than Michael Howard or Jack Straw or David Blunkett. Most people who have not experienced the cost in money and mental anguish of fighting the Home Office to let a loved one come and live in this country think that when you marry someone, they can come and live here, that your kids can just come and live here. A liberal migration policy would look like that. Instead, we're just tinkering about with complicated, mean-spirited, jumping through hoops. So let's start with the good bits and make a proper liberal paper because we need to be able to say so. Please vote for this amendment.
Thank you very much, Richard.